The Forbidden Planet, for centuries, humanity had been regarded by other species as fragile and easily extinguishable. It wasn't until the first human explorers stepped foot on the planet known as the Crucible that this misconception was shattered. This was a world that seemed to have been designed to destroy anything that dared to settle there. The Crucible was a place where life seemed impossible. Violent storms lashed the surface, winds so fierce that they could tear through reinforced metal, while the planet's tectonic activity created violent earthquakes that reshaped entire landscapes in minutes. The radiation levels were off the charts, enough to instantly kill any living being that wasn't shielded by the most advanced technology. No species had ever even attempted to colonize such a hostile world. And yet, humanity had not only survived there, but thrived. Lena Carter, a seasoned historian who had spent years studying ancient human colonization efforts, had heard of the Crucible only in passing. But it wasn't until she uncovered a forbidden journal, one that had been passed down through the generations of human explorers, that she learned the true story. The journal belonged to one of the first human settlers on the planet, a woman named Evelyn Rodriguez. Her entries detailed the unimaginable hardships of life on the Crucible, the constant struggle to keep food supplies intact, the technological battles to survive the radiation storms, and the sheer mental fortitude required to continue fighting for survival. The first entry in the journal described how the settlers had almost given up hope. The planet's conditions were far worse than they had expected, and many had perished in the early years. But then something unexpected happened. One of the settlers, a young engineer named Samuel, stumbled upon an ancient artifact buried deep within the planet's crust during a routine mining operation. The artifact was unlike anything humanity had ever seen. An alien device inscribed with strange symbols and radiating a peculiar energy. Samuel had been the first to activate the device. When he did, the planet's violent weather patterns seemed to shift. The radiation storms grew less intense and the earth beneath them stopped shaking. No one knew why or how it worked, but it was clear that humanity had discovered something that had given them an edge. The settlers, against all odds, had begun to thrive. Lena knew that this discovery had to be the key to humanity's survival in the Crucible. But what was this device and how did it work? More importantly, why hadn't humanity shared this secret with the rest of the galaxy? The silent power as Lena delved further into the journal, she began to uncover a hidden truth about humanity's survival. The artifact was not just an object of alien design, it was a key to something far more profound. It turned out that the device had unlocked a latent ability in human physiology, something that had been dormant for eons, but had never been realized. This power, once understood, allowed humanity to manipulate the very fabric of the universe. The settlers had discovered that humans, unlike any other species, could tap into a mysterious energy field that permeated the universe. This energy, often referred to as the flux, was the key to survival on worlds like the Crucible. It allowed humans to manipulate gravitational fields, bend the flow of energy, and even shield themselves from radiation. The settlers used this newfound power to create force fields that protected their colonies from storms, designed gravity-shifting devices that allowed them to rebuild infrastructure after earthquakes, and even crafted machines that harnessed the energy of the planet to fuel their needs. But there was a cost. The more humans used the flux, the more it took from them. It wasn't a resource that could be endlessly tapped into without consequence. The settlers had learned to use it sparingly, but over time, they had discovered something even more troubling. The flux was connected to their very consciousness. The more they used it, the more their minds were altered, their thoughts becoming linked to the energy field itself. It was as though the flux was feeding off their mental energy, and in turn, it changed the way they thought, the way they saw the universe. Lena realized that this was the reason humanity had kept the secret of the flux hidden. It wasn't just about survival, it was about power. The flux had the potential to give humanity the ability to control entire galaxies, but it also had the potential to destroy them. The hidden warrays. Lena continued to unravel the mystery of the flux. She learned that humanity's survival on the Crucible had not gone unnoticed. The Galactic Council, a coalition of the most powerful species in the galaxy, had long kept an eye on humanity's progress, and when they caught wind of humanity's new abilities, they knew that they had to act before humanity could fully harness the flux. The journal revealed a long-hidden chapter of history, a covert war between humanity and the galactic powers. The Council had sent fleets to destroy human colonies, to neutralize the threat before it could grow. But humanity fought back with everything they had. It wasn't just about defending their colonies, it was about survival. The settlers on the Kadi Crucible had been the first to use the flux as a weapon. They had created gravity wells that pulled enemy ships into black holes, sent shockwaves of energy that disabled entire fleets, and used the planet's natural radiation to create devastating weapons. But the war was not without its cost. Entire human colonies were wiped out, their populations decimated by both the environment and the attacks from the galactic powers. Yet humanity held on, adapting, evolving, and growing stronger. Lena uncovered the tale of a final, desperate battle that had taken place on a distant moon. A human fleet, vastly outnumbered, had been the last line of defense. The fleet commander, a woman named Captain Alana Novak, had made a bold decision to use the flux in ways that no one had dared before. She had opened a rift in space-time, causing a catastrophic chain reaction that tore apart an entire enemy fleet, and in the process, created a singularity that swallowed the battlefield. The Reapers, a faction that had been watching humanity's progress from the shadows, took notice of the event. They were an ancient, powerful race that had once ruled the galaxy, only to disappear after a great cataclysm. But their return signaled a new, terrifying chapter for humanity. The reclamation of humanity, the discovery of the flux and its power had irrevocably changed humanity. While some factions within human society sought to use it for peace, others saw it as a tool for dominance. The galaxy had watched as humanity rose from the ashes of war, becoming a powerful force that could no longer be ignored. The movement to reclaim the flux and share it with the galaxy had begun. But Lena quickly realized that the decision to reveal the flux to the galactic community was not one that could be made lightly. There were those within humanity who feared that the Reapers would use it to enslave the entire galaxy, while others believed it could bring about an age of prosperity and peace. A clandestine group of human scientists had begun working on unlocking the full potential of the flux. They believed that if the power could be controlled and harnessed, it could open the door to a new era of interstellar exploration. But their experiments were not without risk. The more they pushed the boundaries of the flux, the more unpredictable its effects became. Lena found herself torn between these factions, unsure of what the right course of action should be. Meanwhile, the Reapers had begun to make their move. They had allied with a number of galactic powers, preparing for a final strike against humanity. The siege of Earth, the Reapers' invasion fleet, arrived at the edge of human space. It was unlike anything humanity had ever seen, a massive world-destroying force. The Reapers, beings who could manipulate time and space itself, sought to erase humanity before they could unlock the full potential of the flux. Earth, humanity's homeworld, became the final battleground. The Reapers unleashed devastating weapons that manipulated gravity, altered time, and obliterated entire cities in an instant. But humanity was ready. The flux had evolved. Humans could now bend space-time to their will, using the energy field, to shield their cities, move massive objects, and even create counterattacks that twisted the laws of physics. The battle for Earth raged on, with humanity pushing back against the Reapers' advances. But Lena, now deep within the conflict, discovered that the Reapers' ultimate goal was not just to destroy humanity, it was to seize the flux itself. The flux, they believed, was the key to unlocking immortality and reshaping the fabric of reality. The final ascension. In the final moments of the battle, Lena uncovered the Reapers' greatest secret, an ancient artifact hidden beneath Earth's surface that could harness the power of the flux in ways unimaginable. If activated, it would create a rift in the fabric of space-time, allowing whoever controlled it to ascend to a higher plane of existence. With Earth on the brink of destruction, Lena made a fateful decision. She would use the flux one final time, not to destroy, but to create. The device was activated, and the entire planet was bathed in a radiant energy. A new dimension opened, one where humanity could live free from the constraints of the old universe. As Lena stepped into this new world, leaving the galaxy behind, she knew that humanity's legacy would live on. The secret of their survival, the truth behind their power for Omni.